thank our fans for coming out. We had a lot of support out here today, and we really appreciate that. It's just a shame we weren't able to come out and play good football today. And so, but there's no excuses, no explanations. We give Washington credit. You know, they're very well coached. They outplayed us today in all three phases. We're gonna learn a lot from it. We're gonna show up tomorrow ready to work, and we're gonna have a better football team next week. So I'll open it up for questions.
No, early on they obviously were going and attacking you guys through the air. What did you see just from your level with what Penix was doing and what was going on in the back end?
Yeah, we had a matchup issue that they took advantage of. It was obvious. It showed up early in the game. We knew that it was going to be a game of explosives. Every time, if you look at their drives in the first two games, almost all of their scoring drives included explosive gains, and we knew that we needed to eliminate explosive gains, and we weren't able to do that. And it just was a deal where it's too easy to score when you give up big chunks, and so I have to look at the film to see exactly what we need to do to fix it. But we had some issues and with some matchups.
How difficult was it with that quarterback and the two or three receiving threats that they could present to you as a defense? How difficult was that challenge?
Yeah, it was difficult. We weren't able to hit the quarterback enough, and we weren't able to put enough pressure on him. And then and we also didn't stop the run like we needed to early downs. And so, but he's a good player. Like I said during the week, he's one of the best players in the country, we think. And but we weren't really able to do anything to get him out of rhythm, and we let him off the hook with some big plays.
As you went to the second half, is there anything as you know you have a matchup problem that you can do to try to just change it up to give them a different look or anything?
Yeah, we did that, but it's at that point, you got you're playing to win as well, so you're doing whatever you got to do to try to get them stopped. We had some opportunities to get off the field on third down, and we didn't do it. There's only so much that you can do when you get in a situation where we're not playing well in any phase, because we weren't able to get the rush, and then from a cover standpoint, it wasn't just one position or one guy. It was kind of across the board. They kind of poked around and found some things, and so. But we're gonna look at the film, and we'll find a way to to mitigate any type of issues that we have, whether it's scheme or personnel or whatever. We'll get those things fixed, and then we'll move forward.
Coach, I know you haven't obviously offensively, especially in that first half, you weren't able to sustain drives in the first quarter and a half or so. When you're struggling on defense like that, how much does that hurt when you can't sustain a drive and keep the defense off the field for a little bit?
Yeah, well, we weren't able to get the ball to the offense enough in the first half. There was a stretch in there where I think that we ran 4 plays on offense. But yeah, when you don't play complimentary football, you just can't beat a good team. So it was tough when we get the ball and we're not able to do anything with it. But on the other side of it, you got to get them stopped too. And it works hand in hand. And we felt like that if we could have got them stopped early and got the ball to our offense more, then we could move the ball. And we were able to move the ball quite a bit on offense. We weren't able to run it like I thought we would be able to run it. So we'll have to take a look at that as well.
You have that great momentum where you get the defensive stand and then the safety the other way, and then I think the free kick there that goes out of bounds. They get the 50. A couple things. Were you guys aware about the free kick rule? Because I didn't know that they get it to the 50 on a free kick is out of bounds, like more than the kickoff. And then just can you speak to that swing? Like you get this moment and then it's kind of lost.
Yeah, that's the complimentary football that we're talking about. You get them stopped, and then you get a safety, and then special teams we kick the ball to bounds, and they got the ball to 50. That's offense, defense, especially not playing together, and that's not a winning formula, So it's really a lack of execution, on that safety, I have to look and see what happened. It looked like the runner tripped and tripped and fell, and but it's it's just a lack of execution is what it is, and it's very disappointing. But there's really no excuse for it, and we'll just have to look at the film and get it cleaned up.
Now, Coach, I know you said you haven't looked at the film, but what's the one thing that you take back with you think about on the plane that you learned from your team today?
Yeah, well, like I told him in the locker room, I saw a team that continued to play the next play throughout the whole game, and there was always a feeling on the sideline that we were making enough plays to come back and win the game, and guys continued to play hard. Guys were into it. There was not ever a situation on the field where I felt like the guys didn't think that we could still get it done, and that says a lot for a team because this is a new team. This is